Hello, in the continuation of the Ethernaut Master Hacker series, today we'll go through a Fallout instance. Leave a like, subscribe, and follow our next solutions.
Okay, so let's start with analyzing on what the fuck goes in this smart contract. And we can create a new instance. And we see that the contract uses an older version of Solidity that requires or recommends safe math usage to handle all of the overflow problems. What's next? We have a mapping with allocations. We have an owner that's publicly available. We have a constructor called Fallout, which is payable. So somebody has to pay a value to deploy the smart contract. And the used value was passed to the allocations of the owner. And owner is the message sender, so the same person, but it's not us. We want to become an owner, but we are not the owner yet. Then we have only owner modifier, so nothing fancy here. It's used in other functions, looks like in collect allocations, so that a message sender can transfer all of the balance of the smart contracts to himself. So if somebody sends any value here to the smart contract, it will be stored here, and then somebody can collect all of the money to himself. We have allocate, so for sending money to the smart contract, looks like. And then we have send allocation, which is supposed to differ in comparison to the allocate function. Let's see why. Okay, so we can allocate some money, but assign it not to ourselves, but to somebody else, to the provided allocator. So, okay. We also have allocator balance, so we can check the balance of a given allocator. And it's a rather simple smart contract. But in this case, I think that we won't have to care much about the other half of the smart contract. We only need to focus on what's wrong with the constructor. And we can be easily misled by the constructor comment, but you won't be misled if you've been using only the newer Solidity versions, because in older Solidity compiler versions, you would use something like that, so function Fallout instead of constructor. So like in Java or other languages. But as you can see here, there is a typo. It says fal1 out, so it's supposed to mislead us into thinking that it's a constructor, and it's really not. But it could be a typo, it could be done on purpose, if you want to trick people. There were exploits like that, so you have to look for typos like here. So now we know what happened here, so we can try to exploit in code.
Yes, exactly. So as Jacob mentioned, we have to call the follow function because when we do that, we'll become the owner, and it's our main goal to submit and go to the next step. So let's go await construct.fallout. And it's the payable, so we have to pass the value, maybe even one way. And now we just need to confirm the action. Okay, great. So when we have this confirmed, we can submit the instance and we'll try to check if it's right. Yay, we got this. Okay, so thank you guys. See you in the next one.